Alright. Let's go. We're leaving, right? Trying to remember the way out. Ooh, let's check the board again, see if anything new is there. There's a large bulletin, some red marks. If it wasn't for the notice, Michiho would. Okay. Just gonna check the other one for fun. Okay. The whole school feels like it's suffocating recently. Everyone's scared of the departed. I can feel it. Okay. Do we... There's no need for me to take the bus now. Any need for you to sit down on the bench? Oh, see some crushed bugs. I wish they'd clean this place. What's that? Dojo seems to have noticed something. There's something on the ground near the bench. It's an eerie tooth. Oh my god. That's fucking crazy. Helpful. We both have the same amount. We go along the road and finally reach the dorm, but the front door is locked. Not surprising, given that it's already past curfew. The back door might be open. The dorm manager is a bit sloppy sometimes. She often forgets to lock the door. Dorio is right. The back door is open. I don't think we're going to find anything here because she's here, and I think she's involved. See? I told you. We'll be in trouble if we get caught. Let's hurry. Is this a new area for us to run through? No, okay. Fortunately for us, the dorm entrance is empty when we get there. Thank goodness the manager isn't here. I thought she'd stay behind with Michiho's disappearance and all. Looks like she went home at her regular time. Wow, what a loyal employee. Shall we look for the key to Michiho's room? The manager has a duplicate, so we'll be fine as long as we find that. Okay. Need my thingy again. This is the administration office where the dorm manager works. The key should be around here. Please wait a minute, I'll take a look. Dorio enters the administration's room. I'm the only one at the entrance now. Okay. And this is bad. If a student happens to come in at this moment, I'm not going to have any good explanation. That's actually true. Not only did I barge in here without permission, but this is a female dormitory. There's no justification for me being here. Come on, get back here soon. My impatience is starting to grow. But then Dorio appears, granting my wish. In her hand is a key with a label attached. Found it. This is the key to Michiho's room. So it was that easy to find, huh? This dorm sure is unsafe. Easy access to keys, and the back door isn't even locked. The key was in a sturdy case with a combination lock. I only know the combination because Michiho told me. Why did Michiho know it? She snooped on the manager once when she was entering it and memorized it. She didn't intend to do anything bad with it, though. Probably. Goodness. This should get us into Michiho's room. Her room is on the 4th floor. Let's take the elevator. Okay, is there anything else for me to look at? Humu. A row of mailboxes. Based off of the number of mailboxes I see, this student dormitory is quite big. There are stairs. The wall that lies ahead is darkness. This building has an elevator. I better make use of it. Fine. There's an elevator in front of me. It's not a very big one. Probably can only fit 4 or 5 people tops. Let's go to the 4th floor. Alright. Once we arrive on the 4th floor, I let Dorio lead us down the hallway. We come to a stop in front of the door with the number 402 on it. This is Michiho's room. The moment Dorio opens the door, I duck into the room. Lots of frogs. I turn on the light to reveal the whole room. Is this a single room? I only see one bed here. I just sort of assumed you'd be sharing a room since this is a student dormitory. It's not really common, but yes, all the rooms here are single rooms. Well, now that I know this room only has a single occupant, that means that anything I see here is a reflection of Michiho's personality. This doesn't look like a room that a terrifying spirit like the departed would live in. Because maybe Michiho was never going home. I'm going to see what I can find. Just wait here. I shall leave the investigating to you. Okay.
Yoshi.
There's lots of frogs, but I don't see any insects. Aside from the small frog decorations, there's also a plastic fish tank on the shelf. Inside the tank is a dead frog. Oh. Because it died on top of a dry stone, its body is completely shriveled up. It's bone dry, so why would she let it die? That's weird. Bring the little one. Frog drives away bugs. Okay. Thank you, crimson dress doll, I assume. A whisper suddenly invades my mind. This isn't the first time I've experienced this. A strange voice is speaking to me. Bring the little one. Frog drives away bugs. Are they telling me to bring this dead frog somewhere? For what reason, I wonder to myself. But the voice in my head never gives me an answer. Sitting here and waiting for one will get me nowhere. What I need to do is make a decision, and I've always chosen to follow the guidance of the spirit's whisper. Who knows, maybe this frog has some kind of spiritual power. Don't mind me just taking this. Her dresser is most likely filled with clothing. There's a stuffed frog doll on the top. Should I check her drawers too, just in case? I hesitate a bit, but then I realize there are bigger issues than decorum at play here. Inside the drawers are Michiho's casual clothes. These clothes reveal that she didn't appear to care overly much about fashion, as some of the clothes are very similar to one another. I also inspect the backs just to be sure, but I don't find anything hidden on them. When I close the drawers, something falls down to the ground. Oh. Pick it up. It's an eerie tooth. Moya said lost souls are often seen in places near spiritual disorders. So why is this thing here then? It's rather curious to find it here, though it's too early to use this as evidence against Michiho. Even if this dorm is cursed, we can't just assume that Michiho was the cause of it. True, but she is. There's a large poster of a loving frog mum and her frog child. It's a small refrigerator for a single person. There are a few bottles of soda inside. A calendar with a frog drawing is hanging on the wall. It's already October, but the calendar's remained on August. There's a frog-shaped board hanging on the wall. I find 2 notes on it. One is a note about raising a frog, and the other is about her summer vacation plans. August 8th. School day. Go to the clock tower with Hime. So she hasn't been there since she went to the clock tower. That must have been the day when she and Dorio discovered the female doll in the clock tower. Or she is coming back, but she doesn't care about changing the calendar or changing anything in the room. That must have been the day when she and Dorio discovered the female doll in the clock tower. I mean, what did this say again? It's already October, but the calendar's remained on August. Okay. A mattress sits atop a typical pipe bed frame, and there's a stuffed frog doll sitting by the pillow. She only has a light blanket on the bed. Does she not get cold at night? I bet there was something when you go over here. I kind of missed the jump scares. There's a thin layer of dust on the desk, along with a notebook. Froggy Log 3 is written on the cover. As the title suggests, the notebook is all about the frog it seems she was caring for. I see a lot of enthusiastic praise inside, things like, oh my god, so cute, or true beauty. There are also some cute drawings that convey her affection towards her pet amphibian, but with no dates mentioned in the entries, it's hard to guess when she wrote these. Other than that, there are a lot of notes about her frog's food. She fed it either crickets, flies, or earthworms, trying to learn what the frog liked the most. Furthermore, she happily noted how the frog would eat the insects. Yeah, so she apparently loved insects, but she actually loves frogs. This is dead as well. She hasn't been back to, or she hasn't cared enough to water it. That concludes my inspection. Did you learn anything, Mr. Yashiki? Yeah, a lot. Huh? Just what did you learn? I've learned that there's no sign of life. in this room. There's just not. Everything's dead. It just doesn't look like anyone's been here in a while. There's no sign of life in this room. There's a layer of dust on the desk, and she neglected the frog she'd been raising. Furthermore, the calendar's on August, almost as if time has stopped here. But Michiho came back here every day. She might have returned here, but I honestly doubt that she spent her time here as a human. Oh my god. And the resident's preference has changed because she used to love frogs, but suddenly she started liking insects. And how did you not notice this, Himiko? The Michiho I know loves bugs, but the owner of this room clearly loves frogs. Additionally, from what she wrote in her notebook, she only considers bugs to be food for her frog. That's a pretty drastic change in personality, don't you think? Well, true, but she's always been a fickle person. Her preferences change every once in a while. Last year she was really into video games, and before that she was obsessed with puzzles. So honestly, it doesn't seem all that weird. Okay, but it's weird that she hasn't changed her room to suit her new preferences. Answer me, Dorio. When did Michiho start liking bugs? It was around the end of August when our summer break ended. Time in this room stopped in August, the same time as her dramatic change in preferences. That can't be a coincidence in my book. Something must have happened to Michiho around that time. She turned into a different person after that point. But is person even the right word here? Mr. Yashiki, are you saying that this room hasn't changed in a long time and Michiho suddenly changed her interests because she'd become the departed? Yup. You must be joking. Michiho is the departed. No, it can't be. Dorio protests frantically. I understand her feelings, I truly do. If Michiho really had changed since the end of August, that means when we first met at school that night, she was already... The entire time I've known Michiho, she was the departed. Nah, it's both of them. Don't cross Himiko out so quickly. The departed is a spirit. Spirits are already dead. Putting it that way, the Michiho from that time... Mr. Yashiki, if the Michiho we knew recently was the departed, what about the real Michiho? It's not hard to imagine. The departed replaced the real Michiho. Both of them wouldn't have been able to exist at the same time, so I'm sure she was killed months ago. This can't be real. Our business here is done. We've learned what we wanted to know. Or rather, we learned what we didn't want to know. Ever since leaving the dorm, Dorio's had a blank look on her face. I can't blame her. She's a good actress. She just lost her best friend a second time. I bet she's got no tears left to cry at this point. Watch me be totally wrong. Oh. What up? You okay? Yes. A short, hollow response. She looks so pale, I'm worried that she might just collapse. Let's head back to the infirmary. We need to share this information with the others. Can I just... Yeah. Mashita and Yasuoka are waiting for me. I better report our findings with them. Sorry, need to sneeze. Talk. You're finally here. What did you find? I tell them the information I learned from the student dormitory. I knew it. Michiho Kinukawa is the departed. And now the whole murder in the clock tower is also cleared up. That was just another one of the departed's tricks. Kinukawa manipulated you into thinking you killed her. Why did she do that? Probably to destroy your mind with fear. He wanted to drive you insane. Maybe you being insane is one of the departed's marriage requirements. You're thinking like an insane bride deserves an insane groom? It makes some sense. Killing a student who's in love with you, that certainly would be something that could drive a person mad. My mind would have been shattered had Dorio not shown up that day. Say, Dorio, is the whole avenge Michiho for me promise I made with you still intact? Yes. This doesn't change the fact that the departed still harmed Michiho. Alright, I'll do my best then. Yashiki, there's something I'd like to tell you. I've deciphered the book you gave me. Appreciate it. This book details an ancient M-Town ritual. Allow me to give you the gist. I jot down what Yasuoka says in my notebook. Summary of the old M-Town book. In the past, severe famine devastated M-Town. Residents of the town believed the fury of their deities, Mushigami and Kabigami, were the cause of the tragedy, hence the shrines were built to worship the deities. Mushigami Shrine was located in downtown, while Kabigami Shrine was built in the Fox Forest. Mushigami Shrine and Kabigami Shrine are merely halls of worship for the two deities. One an insect deity, the latter a mold deity. The main shrine to both, Mushikabi, is located elsewhere. Mushikabi Shrine is located deep in the Fox Forest off the road. Only relatives of the priests and Fox, the messenger, know how to get to the shrine. The departed's wedding was held when a great famine occurred in M-Town, held to wish for the end of famine. This is also a sacred wedding ceremony where the matched brides and grooms exchange vows before the two deities. Oh, okay. Maybe I'm wrong about the sacrifice thing then. This ritual was last held during the Meiji era, about 100 years ago. It said that selected brides and grooms completed the ceremony at Mushikabi Shrine, and the Great Famine in M-Town finally came to an end. Because it is a holy ritual, the selection criteria for the brides and grooms was quite stringent. The grooms must be from the priest's family and have impeccable spiritual qualities. As for the brides, they must be pure maidens that come from a decent family. Furthermore, both of them have to be exceptional in all aspects, including their intelligence, lineage, and personality. Hence, the chosen brides and grooms are said to be blessed and are the envy of the town. Okay. After she's done explaining the contents of the book, I'm left speechless. Deities named for bugs and mold, the departed's wedding, the bride and the groom, and the selection. There are so many things in this book that overlap with the departed's actions and remarks. This book is definitely our way to find out the departed's true identity. Agreed. It feels like we finally managed to get a real look at the departed's history. But Yasuoka halts her words, pondering. If there's something on your mind, just say it out loud, Yasuoka. Do you not find this strange? If the wedding ritual was a blessed event, like the book said, how could the departed have been born? She has a point. Based on my previous interactions with spirits, they're birthed from grudges. This book probably only covers the sanitized version of the truth. If there's another part shrouded in the darkest abhorrence, that's the part you'll need to uncover. We already inspected Mushigami Shrine in the corridor and Kabigami Shrine in the forest during our encounter with Mr. Kokuri. However, we didn't find any clues about the departed. The last one is the Mushikabi Shrine then. There might be something of note there. Mushikabi Shrine is located in the depths of the Fox Forest. We don't have the time to explore the whole forest. Then our only choice is to ask the fox how to get there. Yasuoka is referring to the fox, the messenger of the gods mentioned in the book. There's a fox in the storage area of the science room, though it doesn't look like a messenger to me. No, there's one in the courtyard though. I'm going to need to find another fox in the courtyard. Now that we have some direction, we can finally start the investigation. By the way, is Hiro not coming tonight? Yeah, I didn't contact her. I made that call. This is above her pay grade now. The departed has transformed and grown stronger. They are more dangerous than before, so it seemed prudent not to get Hiro and the other regular people involved any further. That applies to you guys too. Don't get me wrong, I really appreciate your help. I just don't understand why you're willing to risk so much to help me. Like Yasuoka said, the departed has transformed and acknowledged me as their husband. This is on another level than helping me deal with the spirits and the notices. I have no idea what will happen next. And yet they've decided to jump into the hellhole alongside me. Where does that determination of theirs come from? This is my job. I believe it is my fate to save those who are terrorized by the wrath of the spirits. I've only lived this long because my purpose in the world of the living has not been completed yet. This is my job too. Because this old bag here asked me to, and in a more literal sense, because I actually get paid to do it. The pay is worth the risk. Simple, straightforward answers. This is why I've placed my faith in them, a strong faith that can't be described in words. The simple ways they lead their lives makes me feel like I can trust them with mine. Thank you. Let's head out if we're done chatting. Yeah, let's go. Bye, Himeko. Wait a minute, Mr. Yashiki. Can I come with you? No. No, that forest is going to be dangerous. Stay put here, Dorio. But... see, your insistence on wanting to come is just weird. Like, I don't think you've even... I know people deal with grief in different ways, but I don't think she's even cried since Michiho died. She's just looked shocked. I don't know, it's weird. It's all weird. You look awfully pale, Dorio. If you collapse, you'll only make things more difficult for Yashiki. Let's both wait here, alright? Understood. Dorio nods reluctantly at Yasuoka's insistence. Please be very careful, Mr. Yashiki. Let's bring an end to this stupid game, Yashiki. Okay. Like all the other victims, Michiho's corpse disappeared from inside the clock tower. I asked Mashita and Yasuoka to help me out. Mashita suspects Michiho might be the departed, given their similarities. I need to investigate to see whether or not this theory is true. We needed information about Michiho to determine whether or not she was the departed. Upon inspecting her room, I learned she used to like frogs instead of bugs. Dorio told me she changed around the end of August. I bet that's when the departed killed Michiho and began masquerading as her. Okay, but why are you not, like, connecting the dots of, like, Himiko and Michiho both going to the clock tower? Do you just think that Himiko came out unscathed? She has the mark on her face. Like, am I crazy? Why are they not, like, mentioning that? Because so far we've been like, oh, Michiho's hair changed. That's crazy. Oh, you have a mark on your face? That's also crazy. I think we established that it was a curse, right? But what kind of curse? Why do we not care about what kind of curse they have? I mean, they think it's from... do they think it's from the departed? I guess they do, right? So then why are they not sus? The book Yasuoka deciphered has information about a ritual called the Departed's Wedding in M-Town and the village deities Mushigami and Kabigami. Bugs and mold played a big role. Mushikabi Shrine, where the ritual took place, is located deep in the Fox Forest. We need to find a way into the main shrine. Okay, so mold. We've been seeing mold everywhere. And bugs is like the departed thing. Okay. We want to go to the connecting corridor, I should have done something with my eerie tufts.
Yoshi.
A massive statue of the guardian fox stands here. It's darkened, which gives one the impression that it has been here for quite some time, right? A guardian fox, huh? I guess this could be called the messenger of the gods. We might find a clue of the location to Mushikabi Shrine. We better inspect it. Bet this fox was originally put here to protect Mushigami Shrine. While the fox is usually known as the messenger of Inari Shrine in other parts of Japan, I guess it's different in this area. I can't seem to find anything unusual about this even after I thoroughly inspect it, and it's not like this fox is just going to start talking. What do we do now? How long are you going to keep staring at that statue? You tried checking the pedestal? Oh, you're right. I'm dumb. I direct my flashlight toward the weathered pedestal and inspect it, as Mashita watches with a look of annoyed disbelief. It looks like there are some letters written on the bottom part of the pedestal. This might lead us to the location of the shrine. Let's try to read it. I try reading the letters on the bottom of the pedestal. However... damn, I can't read anything with all the mold covering it. Okay. The hell? Just brush it off then. I tried, but it didn't come off at all. It must be stuck on good since it's been growing undisturbed for so long. We need some mold remover. Admit, we're encountering some really shitty things on this case. So where should we get some? Most stores are already closed for the night. Let's look around the school. They must have that kind of thing for cleaning. Though I didn't find any mold remover in the broom closet when I was investigating Hanako's case, and searching the entire school would definitely take some time. We better ask someone who's familiar with the school first, so Himiko. Okay. Worst case scenario, we'll head all the way back to Kujo Mansion and grab something that'll do it. Okay. Can I just go back? Okay, good. Huh? What brought you back? We've encountered a bit of a problem and need your help. I tell her about the mold on the pedestal and ask if she knows where we can find some mold remover. Mold remover? I'm pretty familiar with the school, but I have no idea where they keep that. My apologies. This rate, I really will have to go back to Kuzyo Mansion to get mold remover. Sorry for sticking my nose in, but is there any bleach around that you know of? Bleach? Mold remover and chlorine bleach have similar ingredients. So true, I had a mold issue and I had like a spray mold remover thing and it smelled so much like bleach, it made me so sick. It didn't make me sick, it just like gave me breathing issues. Like even when I wore a mask, I think it's just like the anxiety of it. There should be a bottle in the student council room. I don't exactly remember where it is in the room though. Okay, bye. Student council room. According to Dorio, there should be a bottle of bleach here somewhere. Let's get looking for it. No reason to dawdle. Where do I think it is? It's not going to be in the bin. It's not going to be out in the desk. It's not going to be behind paper. Should be in here. We've scoured the student council room, but we haven't found anything to remove that mold. We have not scoured. This is the first place I'm looking. What are you talking about? Maybe it's inside here. I open the door and find all sorts of miscellaneous stuff crammed inside. From a giant hole puncher and old notes to a certificate of commendation. I guess anything that isn't used often gets shoved into here. Among them is a bottle of liquid bleach. Judging by the weight, there seems to be plenty left. Let's see if you can see him. Should really change it to shift or something to run because it's kind of stupid.
Yoshi.
Item. I open the bleach bottle and pour the liquid onto the pedestal. Then I wait a bit before using my handkerchief to remove the mold. It doesn't come off completely, but it does a decent enough job that I can actually make out the letters. We should be able to read what's written on the pedestal now. The writing on the pedestal is apparently a poem that seems a bit like a nursery rhyme. The old writing style and weathering make reading it a more difficult task than I'd anticipated, but I'd managed to copy it into my notebook. Follow the fox's whine, inviting us to the shrine, but the path is blocked by the serpent rock. The beast behind the zodiac shall be the one to open the track by imitating the serpent with its angry lament. What is the meaning of this rhyme? Maybe we can find out if we go to the fox forest. Sure, let's go. Fox Forest is just beyond this gate. Mushikabi Shrine, where the departed's wedding is held, is located somewhere in this forest. Alright, Ashiki. We don't know what kind of horrors are waiting for us in there. Hang on to this gun, but be very careful with it. Great, he's giving me a bag with a gun again. Mashta hands me the paper bag again. It's heavy. Doubt we'll ever get used to this thing. You shouldn't. Let's go. I have to see him. He is there though. Relying on the faint light from my flashlight, we tentatively step into the darkness of the forest. Mr. Kokiri is no longer here, however. A more terrifying spirit might have replaced him. As fear and tension build up inside my mind, beads of sweat start running down my cheeks. Hold on. Listen carefully. Do you hear that? I hear a faint moan. It doesn't make sense. Why are we hearing that here? I have a bad feeling about this. Hurry up. Mashta and I run over to the source of the sound. Who's missing? Who's missing? Sakamoto's missing. After a while, I arrive at an open area full of trees. There. Oh dear. See, it's not too bad because she's a fucking adult. Still probably not necessary. It would have had the same effect if you just tore her clothes like a little bit. And like had it still do this part, but like the clothes don't need to be torn that much. That doesn't make sense to me. And they're still coming out through her blouse and through her eye. I find Sakamoto in a horrible state. Sakamoto, what's happening to you? You all... Did some insanely big bug chew you up or something? What the heck happened to you? Are you, perhaps, Lord Mushigami? Come again? What are you saying? It's no use. She's clearly not in her right mind. For fuck's sake, is there even anything we can do for her? Probably not. Sakamoto suddenly screams. At that moment, the bugs clinging to her launch an attack. Meow. Damn, what are we gonna do, Yashiki? We're in deep shit if we have to keep dealing with this. I can think of only one item that we've got that could help with this situation, and even then I don't know why it would help with this situation. Well, I think she might be too far gone to save. I hope we can at least do something for her. Whether what's happening to Sakamoto now is a paranormal phenomenon or a mere hallucination. Maybe we can return Sakamoto to her senses. Okay, well, we're not going to shoot her ass. We're not going to show her the dried up frog. The only thing I can think of is to show her... Okay, not show her, read aloud. That one is the better option, because maybe she can't fucking read right now, right? Why would she read it? So we're gonna read it out loud.
Yoshi.
See if it sparks memory in her. I unfold Sakamoto's report and read it aloud so that she can hear. Imagine if this fails on a 5%. Okay. Good. I carefully read the report out loud. Sakamoto isn't responding much, so I can tell that she's listening. Is there still a glimmer of her consciousness left? If so, my voice might still reach her. Remember, Sakamoto, this is the report you wrote. Huh? Is that my... But why is it... Looks like Sakamoto's returned to her senses a little bit. Looks like this is the right choice. Okay. It was the only one that made fucking sense. Oh, is that all? Like, why would I show her the dried frog? Oh, to get rid of the insects. Do you think that would have worked? That might have worked, actually. That could have been... Is that another choice that could work? Why am I... Sakamoto murmurs, stupefied. Bugs are sticking out of the large holes in her head and chest. If this were a normal situation, those wounds would have killed her long ago. However, she's talking. This is probably another instance of the departed's curse. Mr. Yashiki. Her remaining left eye fixes its gaze upon me. I guess she's recognized me. She's well beyond saving at this point, though maybe I can still ask some questions. How do I get to the shrine? Tell me where the... Could I choose all of them? Tell me where the main shrine is. You went there, didn't you? The main shrine is beyond the Serpent Rock. There makes a bloody red, pure blue. Okay. I'm just speechless. Did she die? Like a puppet whose strings have been cut, Sakamoto collapses on the spot. She stops moving and... Instantly, insects swarm her body. No, that was my waifu. They begin to devour her before my very eyes. Stop it. I tried to kick the insects off her. Show them the bug. Show them the frog, rather. Show them the frog. This is futile. There's no way these bugs can be stopped. Please stop. Stop this. I can't bear to watch someone I knew get consumed by insects bit by bit. In the end, I have to avert my eyes. Once the insects finish eating her body, they scatter into the dark forest. There's not a trace of Sakamoto's remains, bones, or clothes left. Maybe that's how they get rid of all the other bodies. Why, Sakamoto? Didn't that teacher try to railroad you out of the school? The departed doesn't want you to leave. That probably led to her being cursed. Sakamoto was cursed by the departed. That probably explains why she'd gone mad in the middle of writing her report, hearing a voice in her head the way Izumi had. It was all because of her hostility toward me. It was because she got mixed up with me. If I wasn't here, then Sakamoto would. Let's pump the brakes on that right now. I'm not a priest, so I'm not here to listen to your pitiful wailing and offer you repentance. You're a good friend. But maybe that woman was actually saved. Otherwise, she wouldn't have regained her sanity on the brink of death, and she wouldn't have been able to leave that hint for you either. I recall Sakamoto's last words. The main shrine is beyond the Serpent Rock. There, make the bloody red pure blue, okay? The latter half is a mystery to me, but I've got an idea what she was referring to in the first half. Serpent Rock is also written on the fox pedestal. Is that rock the key to get to the main shrine? I'll see you in the next one.